You are listening to The World As I See It podcast. 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 As I See It.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The World As I See It podcast. I am so glad that you are tuning in for episode 45. So, next week, I am officially packing up my bags, saying goodbye to my family, and leaving for a program called SOAR. So, SOAR stands for Summer Orientation and Mobility and Adapted Living Resource. Try to say that 5 times fast. Anyway, it is a 20-day, basically training program, I guess you could say, put on by the Lighthouse for the Blind. So I am going to be away from home, and I'm going to be staying on a college campus. And I really wanted to use today's episode to just sit down and tell you what exactly this program is and what I'm going to be doing there and why I decided to take this step. And to show you that, there's programs out there for the blind and visually impaired to learn how to do things, to learn how to be independent, and to have fun. So, you may be thinking, well, this is just a regular summer camp. No. It's not a traditional summer program. It's structured professional training for youth who are legally blind and who, like me, fully intend to live completely independently after high school. So, the reason why they have these programs, the reason why that they do things like this is because when you can't see or when you have limited vision, the things that sighted people learn just by watching everyone else, it doesn't happen automatically for us. We can't just watch somebody do laundry and go, oh, that's how you do it. We have to be taught how to do that intentionally. And that is exactly what SOAR is all about. They cover pretty much every single aspect of adulting that you could possibly think of. I'm going to learn how to cook safely. I'm going to learn good techniques for cleaning without sight. And dinner etiquette, and just etiquette in general. And dinner etiquette, it's so important. And it's those things that, you sighted people don't think about. Because you just learn by watching. Whereas we have to be intentionally taught because we have to do things differently because we can't see, if that makes sense. Because think about it, if you don't know how to do dinner etiquette, you want to learn that dinner etiquette because when you go to a nice restaurant or a dinner interview in the future, being blind and knowing how to track the food on your plate or using your utensils properly, it's so important. It's a huge confidence booster. At SOAR, they also teach career skills and interviewing techniques, along with orientation and mobility skills, or O&M, and even clothing management. Clothing management, it's a big one because when you're getting ready in the morning, you need to know how to organize your closet. And if you're blind, feel the textures of your clothing to know what matches, or use accessible technology or labels so that you don't accidentally walk out the door wearing mismatched, colors or socks or clashing colors. And that's why I love SOAR, because yeah, my parents could teach me all that. But, I think that SOAR is a great opportunity for me to learn all these things because these people, it's their job to work with blind or visually impaired people, if that makes sense. They know how to describe things that, maybe my parents or sighted people don't know how to do. Or, they may teach me a different way that I've never known when I clean something, and I can be more confident because of it, especially with the O&M side. That's my big thing that I'm excited about, is the orientation and mobility. Because I live in a small town, and this isn't a big city, so I'll get to learn things that I've never learned before. Because I don't live in a big city. And that's why, like I said, I'm so excited for SOAR, because I'll get to learn things that I may never learn because I don't live in a city. But I've never been to this program. This is my first time. But what I really love about this program is, and the main reason, it's completely individualized for every single person who attends. And it's a small group usually. And what I might be learning, or what my skill level is, it's going to be completely different from what my peers in the program need help with. And the instructors, they work with you on your specific goals. And, I'm glad that I got this opportunity to go and have this experience. And I promise, I don't want you guys to think that it's just a bunch of boring, hands-on, all day long. It's going to be a lot of fun while we're learning. Because, I looked at the schedule from last year, and we get to practice those skills that we learn when we go to these outings. Like, we'll get to go to, we get to do specific outings, like the mall, maybe a water park. And I get to practice those skills that I learn in those different types of situations and figure out how to handle things confidently. Like I said, since I live in a pretty small town, the environment at SOAR, it's going to be a totally different for me. And I'll get to learn how to use Uber or Lyft and practice busy city travel and just build up my overall confidence in a place that I've never been before. And that's why I'm excited, because I feel like I'm going to come back from SOAR and have a lot more confidence in cooking and in areas that I may not have been so confident in before. And you might be wondering how I'm actually feeling about all of this as departure date gets closer. And I'll be honest, it's a total mix of nerves and excitement. The nerves will not hit until I get there and my parents are like, okay, see you in 3 weeks. But the main reason that I will be nervous is because it's a new environment. But the excitement outweighs the nerves. I'm more excited than nervous. Because obviously I'm a little bit nervous because it's a new environment. It's a completely unfamiliar environment. But I feel like, I'm going to come back home, like I said, so much more confident. And I'm super excited for all the things that I get to learn and build upon the skills that I do have. Now, because I'm fixing to be very busy with SOAR and outings next week, I obviously won't have time to record new episodes while I'm gone. But I am absolutely not leaving y'all hanging. I have scheduled 3 incredible episodes that I hope that you will enjoy. Episode 46 will be about what I want to do after high school. Episode 47 will be a very interesting topic with a question that I got recently, and that was, if I could see anyone, who would I want to see and why? Episode 48 will be about visual shortcuts and things that sighted people take for granted. Episode 49, which will be the week that I'll get back from SOAR, but I won't have time to have episode 49 be the SOAR experience. So episode 49 will be how much my assistive technology costs, to show you my perspective on that. And episode 50 will be about my experience with SOAR. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, or feedback, you can comment down below, or you can send me an email. My email is theworldasiseeitpodcast@gmail.com. Stay curious, keep listening, and I will talk to you in episode 46.
You've been listening to the World as I See It podcast.